been a while. I'm sorry. But, as the title clearly states, today we're going to be making Rey's new lightsaber from Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. I liked it. And you can't tell me any differently. Okay, let's get started. In this episode, I've decided to prove that you can build literally anything with just some cardboard, hot glue, maybe a little super glue, and some spray paint. Because that is the spirit of cardboard craft. Building stuff for literally nothing. So I'm going to base this entire build off of a cardboard tube. Epicness. Reference images. These are important. Because there's like 2 of them on the internet right now. So I went ahead and chopped it because it was a little long. I chopped it to about 10 inches. I'm doing no precise measurement for this project because that's a hassle. So I think I'm going to build it from the bottom up, so we'll just start down here. Bottom. So basically the bottom is just a bunch of strips of cardboard with the backing peeled off and then wrapped around. Now the next part here is interesting. It's a cone. So I went ahead here and made myself a paper template that I could use to, I wrapped it around the tube that I'm using for the base of the lightsaber, and then it's gonna fit on the lightsaber. It's gonna be so amazing. And here it is, all traced out, because this didn't work, so I was like, and it's gonna be fantastic. Sorry if you didn't understand any of that. So essentially what I've done here is used some cereal box cardboard to make things fine and dandy. The cone is not done yet, folks. We still gotta put some little cardboard strips on. Boom shakalaka me alpaca. Now instead of making this complicated little shape here, we're actually going to just wrap this portion of the lightsaber in cardboard. Voila. So the next part's kinda easy. A cardboard band-aid. Wow. So I don't really know how I'm going to do this part right here. Hey kids, welcome back to Pro Tips with Ua. Don't know how you're going to make a certain part of a project? Well, lucky for you, there's a thing you can do to make the thing that you don't know how to make. Watch me. Step 1, think of all the possible ways you could possibly make the thing that seems impossible to make. Step 2, have a light bulb moment and realize exactly what you're going to do. I still have no idea what I'm doing. I just had my light bulb moment. We're going to do basically what we did down here, except a little bit different. Instead of doing this, we're going to wrap it in cardboard up here, and then just do another sliver of cardboard, kind of like we did down here, and it'll be fantastic and spicy. So that looks spicy. I left a little notch there because there's a little notch there. For this next little gear-like part, I've come up with a very creative idea. I have here a 1/4-inch strip of cardboard with the backing taken off. I will fire up my hot glue gun and then slowly wrap and warp the cardboard strip around the handle of the lightsaber. If you can kind of see that there. It's kind of fancy. I'd say that's pretty much the coolest part of the project right there. Spicy. So this next part is the same as this part. But I was a fool and threw away the template. I found it! So now obviously I'll make one of these again. So as you can kind of see here, when I wrap it around, there's a little bit of a gap. So what I'm going to do to fix that is just cover it up with masking tape and hope nobody notices. So I have the cone thing, and it fits on very, very nicely. However, the base tube is too long, so I'm gonna have to chop it down real quick. Very nice, very nice. And now, wow, it fits on perfectly, almost like I planned it. And now, my friends, it is looking very pretty. We are still missing one thing, however. Actually, more than one, but that's besides the point. We still need to do the very bottom of the lightsaber, and now that I'm actually looking at the pictures of Rey's actual lightsaber, which happens to be the same as the end of her staff, I'm realizing that we need to do that part right there, and some little triangle thingies that open up. So like, that part, and some triangles. Epic! Once again, I have dug something I threw away out of the trash and have repurposed it for the success of this build. I did a little bit of crafting off camera and created the last two pieces needed to complete the lightsaber that will go here and here. And they'll be nice and spicy. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue them on. Like that. And that. And I'd say it's looking pretty spicy. But that also means we get to do my favorite part of pretty much every build, and that is the paint. Now what I am about to do, you do not have to do. I would just recommend like spray painting it or hand painting it with some acrylic paint. However, I have access to an airbrush and some black airbrush paint, so I'm just gonna go ahead and airbrush the whole thing and see how it goes. So I would say that turned out pretty spicy. Now again, you can achieve very similar results with just spray paint or hand brushing. Currently it's too cold outside for me to spray paint, and I didn't feel like hand brushing. But we're still not done yet. I'm going to take a little brown and a little silver or acrylic paint to weather the whole thing. I'm basically just going to watch me. And you can't tell on camera, but in person it looks weathered, like it's been through a little bit. It's really cool. But now the fun part is the silver, because you can go a little bit heavier with it and kind of just show a little bit of paint chipping. And what's fun with the silver stuff is that it shows up on camera a little bit more, and it looks real spicy. This next part is the last thing, I promise you. White fabric, brown fabric, choppy the fabric. And glue and wrap the fabric. If you're doing this, you want to do it very loosely and like get folds and stuff so that it looks kind of like roughly thrown together. And that pretty much wraps it up for this project. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of Cardboard Craft. I know I sure had a lot of fun making it. It turned out pretty epic. If you guys want sneak peeks at projects, go check out my Instagram. And a great way to support the channel is by buying merch. I'll leave a link down to both of those things in the description below. And as always, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.